We around here arguing all day, every day, man. There's people hurting. These people around here, man, they heavy laden, man. They broken. They are lowly heart, man. These people feeling bad out here, man. And we spending time. Like I told a little homie a long time ago, man. Well, not a long time ago, and I've been repeating this to y'all regularly. Like, man, we get on the internet and argue about doctrines and destroying Christians and all this stuff that we don't even know how to talk to regular people who just want a word in due season. We don't even know how to do that no more. If we even knew how to do it. We spend too much time arguing about stuff that regular people who desire to be saved, they don't want to hear. That stuff ain't doing nothing for them. What is the stuff that we arguing about going to do for the dude who mama smoking crack and his daddy gone and he don't know himself and he don't know what to do with his life and he in despair? You know what I'm saying? What is that going to do for him? What is that going to do for the little boy who don't know what he going to do with his life? He don't know which way to go. What that's going to do for somebody who want to take their life? You know what I'm saying? What is the stuff that we talk about and argue all day? What that's going to do for them? For those who are downtrodden, what is the stuff that we talking about? That's the stuff we have to consider. That's what I mean by what is that stuff? So what, we Israelites, man, what does that do for a brother who got real stuff going on in his life? And they crying out in their spirit to God, whether verbally or knowingly or unknowingly, whether they crying out with their lips or they ruach crying out, uttering words that can't be spoken. What that's going to do for them? You know what I'm saying? See, we don't consider none of that because we done got caught up in some folly, man. We done got caught up with having the mind of a child, the mind of a woman, sitting back arguing and going back and forth all day with penis sizing contests to prove who know the most. While there's people out here hurting, man. We around here arguing about, look what they doing to Kyrie. So what were they doing to Kyrie? It's a little girl just got molested today. It's a child, their parents just died. They don't know what they're going to do with their life. They don't know what to do. It's a young man out here, man. He faced with making the decision if he gonna sell drugs to survive or is he gonna continue to suffer because he don't know where his next meal coming from, man. It's somebody who it's something happened to him and they faith in Yahuwah is shaking and wavering and they need something to reestablish and reaffirm them to that, man. And we on the internet arguing. We around here promoting two rich men talking about this, that, there, and the third, man. This ain't what the Lord sent us to do, man. This ain't what he sent us to do, man. It's a brother out here in the world right now. He naked. He need clothes, man. And we arguing, man. That man said he gave me the tongue of the learned that I might speak a word in due season, man. Are we speaking words in due season, man? Is the things that we talking about and doing, is it edifying the body? Y'all remember what we seen that Greek word for edify meant, man? It meant to build a house. Remember what we looked at in Kings, man? He sent them carpenters and the masons to repair the breaches, man. To give the house the ability to overcome and prevail, man. What did he tell Peter when he said, when you converted, what he told him to do? Strengthen your brethren. Well, what strength? Trust in Yahuwah. For trusting Yahuwah is everlasting strength. Are we strengthening our brethren, man? Or are we just around here running our mouth with some nonsense, man? I'm talking about we grown people sitting around talking about nothing 24 hours a day. That's shameful, especially for men. Men shouldn't be sitting around talking about nothing, man. And men shouldn't be talking around, sitting around arguing. If a nigga don't agree with what you doing, then bump that nigga and move on and deal with people who do and get something done, man. The people out here hurting, man. I'm telling you, because I see these every day, man. I see them every day. Man, when I talk about seeing them every day, I'm talking about people who you talk to. I'm not talking about people who you walk at. Because some people might not look people in the eye, man. I see people, man. I look them in the eye, man. You can see the pain in some people, man, even though they smile. Even though it's in, you can see it's in their soul. And we ain't bringing nothing to them. You think the Lord is with this? This is stuff you have to consider. What did he say he came to do? He said he came to save souls. He said he came to make his life a ransom for many. Why we ain't talking about that? We want to talk about how they don't want us to know we the Jews. Don't give a damn. That ain't no power. That's not the power of God, man. Nevertheless, where we was at, man. We were good in Daniel 8, man. Come on back to 1 Kings 18. You're in verse 2, man. It's just something to consider, man. You ain't got to listen to me. Shoot, listen to Yahuwah. That's what y'all to do. I ain't nobody. 1 Kings 18:2. And Elijah went to show himself under Ahab, a sore famine in Samaria. Ahab called Obadiah, which the governor of house. Now Obadiah feared Yahuwah greatly. For it was when Jezebel cut off the prophets of Yahuwah that Obadiah took 100 prophets and hid them by 50 in the cave and fed them with bread and water. Remember, we just read how the beast and the false prophet do what? Make war with the saints and slay on their Yahushua, keep the commandments of Elohim. See, the time gonna come for each one of you brothers, man, and some of you sisters too. These people gonna come for you because you obey God and you got this man testimony in your mouth and you proclaim it with no fear. When this punk bastard come out here talking about he God, masquerading himself as if he's the son of Elohim, as if he was the redeemer, man, give me Job 19 and 25 on general principle. Because old goofy cornball nigga on the doggone YouTube comment said, talking about you believe in Bibles, you believe in a fairy tale. I know my Elohim live, nigga. I know what the hell you talking about. And I know he gonna stand on the latter day while you running your mouth. You know what I'm saying? Well, if you believe in that, then you should believe in the Easter Bunny. You can say what you want to say. I know you who will live. You can run your mouth. I know a few things in life. There's one thing I know for certain, unequivocally and with no doubt. Yahuwah lives and he will stand on the earth. And you can put your soul on that. That's guaranteed. I don't care what nan nigga on the internet walking this earth, running their mouth, talking about. I know Yahuwah live. That I know. Job 19 and 25.
For I know my Redeemer lives.
That's right.
And he shall stand at the ladder upon the earth.
That's right. Praise God.
And after my skin destroy this, yet in my flesh shall I see Elohim.
That's the thing, right? Even though after I go and meet corruption, God be merciful. He'll redeem me from death, and I'm going to see him in my flesh if the Lord be merciful. And I pray that for every single solitary person on here. And I told you this before, and I tell you again, just go ahead and crack your blinds if you would. And if you're feeling good, go ahead and walk to your front door and step outside and look to the sky. Because every star you see in the sky is representative of somebody whose name written in Shamahim. And I pray that the star you see, that's your name that you use. You know what I'm talking about? And you can let these people talk till their butthole catch fire. The book tell you that. Every star that's in the sky is representative of a man or woman's name who's written in heaven. And I pray to Yahuwah, if he be merciful, that the star you see is your name. Come on with it, man.
Whom I shall see for myself, and my eyes shall behold another.
Not another.
My reins be consumed within me.
That's right.
But you should say, why persecute we him?
That's good. That's, right. That's all we want. Shoot, give him Isaiah 26 and 3 on general principle. You know I don't need no excuse for Isaiah 26 or Job 19. Amen, Sister Kelly.
Forever.
He say, hold on, get that part with his mic on. Come on back on that a little bit. Run it back a little bit, man.
You will keep in perfect peace.
Keep in what?
Perfect peace.
Whose mind?
Stayed on you.
Man, this man will keep you in perfect peace, man, if you just keep your mind on it. If you just keep your mind on it, man, you have perfect peace, man. I guarantee that. I promise to you, boy. I'm not telling you what somebody told me, boy. I'm not telling you what somebody told me. I'm telling you what I know. I'm telling you what I know from experience. If you keep this man mind you keep your mind stayed on this man, he'll keep you in perfect peace. Boy, I guarantee you that. Dump all this other stuff these niggas talking about, man. Keep your mind on Yahuwah, man. Come on.
Trust you in Yahuwah forever. For in Yahuwah Jehovah is everlasting strength.
You keep that other part off. Trust in Yahuwah forever. For trust in Yahuwah is everlasting strength. That's your power. Your power is in your faith. Your power ain't in your bloodline. Your power is in your faith, because your power, give him Zechariah 4 and 6 on general principle.
Then he answered and spake unto me, saying, this, the word of Yahuwah unto Zerubbabel.
What he say?
Saying, not by might.
Not by what?
Not by might.
Not by what?
Not by might.
Not by whatever.
Nor by power.
But by what?
My Ruach.
Go ahead.
Say Yahuwah of hosts.
Ain't the Yahuwah Ruach power? The power of Elohim come from his spirit. The power is in Elohim. He said the kingdom of Elohim is not in word, but in power. And when you see Elijah coming through, he's going to be coming through in the power of Elohim, taking out Jezebel and her band of married men. Let's come back to 1 Kings 18, man. Let Yahuwah be esteemed in all things. We in verse 5, man. And Ahab said unto Obadiah, go into the land under all fountains of water, under all brooks and peradventure we may find grass to save the horses and mules alive, that we lose not the beast. So they divided the land between them that passed throughout it, and Ahab went one way by himself, and Obadiah went another way by himself. That's where he said he's gonna go. We don't need all that information. We just read for the sake of reading. We're gonna drop about verse 17 and get to the meat of the matter. Get to where it get a little gangster, you know what I'm talking about? A little power, Yahuwah get popped off. Notice how many men did it take to take out all the Jezebel prophets? How many men did it take? One. You know what that's representative of? Remember what he said about how that man in Daniel 8 would fall. He would fall without hand, and he would fall by the hand of how many men? One. That one being Elohim himself, Yahushua HaMashiach, our Redeemer, our King, and our High Priest, coming through to be able to slice through and dice through and to redeem this people, and to esteem the mighty and Kadash name by which we are called, and set forth the dominion of Elohim on this earth, fulfilling what's written in Isaiah 52:7. Because we're not going around telling Zion that our Elohim is Malik, that our Elohim has dominion. That's what Isaiah 52:7 said. So that means if you ain't going around telling people Elohim is Malik, he got dominion and rule, you ain't in sin. But that's what the books say. That's not what I say. So that means when you hear the word, that's what you're supposed to be listening for. He say, declare unto Zion, your Elohim reigns. Is that what we telling each other? You know you Israelite? I don't want to hear that, my nigga. I don't want to hear that. I've told y'all this before, and like I said, for most of y'all, like I said, most of y'all shoot Lee didn't get coming over here by no Israelites. Neither did Glover. Neither did her husband. Not Doris. Not Lil Muffin. Not Dwight. Some of y'all heard we were Israelite beforehand. I'm talking about those of you who I can verify saying, oh, you can't because you heard the word. It was we were Israelite beforehand. I'm talking about those of you who I can verify saying, oh, you can't because you heard the word. It was the gospel. That's what drew you. Because guess who get the credit? See, if I tell you you were Israelite, you want to give the credit to Yahuwah, but Yahuwah ain't got nothing to do with that. But when you talking about the gospel, when you talking about the power of Elohim, that's when you know for certain Yahuwah himself drew you. No man can take credit for that. No man can say, I brought them in. No, Yahuwah brought you in. I may have served it up, but Yahuwah brought you in because you received him. You didn't receive me. Because all we did was tell you about him. Are we telling people about our God? I don't think we are. Because if we was, those who have a heart that's of flesh and tender, they come and serve this man with joy. They would understand what great manner of salvation and work has been done on our behalf. That people will be running to it who have a heart for it. See, there's some people who got a heart for it, that if Yahuwah will, they got to come in at a latter time because they looking at what we got going on and like these niggas some goofies. They ain't even talking about nothing. Because all we trying to do, Christians trying to prove Hebrews wrong, the Hebrews trying to prove Christians wrong, but who trying to prove Yahuwah right? I ain't got time to prove nobody wrong. I'm too busy trying to prove Yahuwah right. He said, you know doggone well most Jakes don't know they inside that book and why they're captive in America. So why scoff at the awakening? What you awakening from if you still in sin? You still sleep, boy. That man say, arise, you that sleepeth in Mashiach, will give you light. Because in him was the light, and the light was the life of men. And it's one thing that we know. Elohim is light and no part darkness. I don't care nothing about nobody being in no church, and I don't care nothing about they know they inside that book. They didn't even know Yahuwah in the book. We don't know Yahuwah in the book. Give a damn about no Israelite. Man, we playing with our lives out here, man. These people dying. I told you, man, one of my people just died 2 weeks ago. She going to hell, man. She left here not knowing Yahuwah, man. So what? She wouldn't know she was Israelite. If she leave here without the Ruach HaKodesh, she don't belong to him. Man, we too stupid out here, man. People dying out here. And we think it's a game. Man, the book's going to be open, man, and you're going to answer. And if you don't got the Ruach, your name ain't written in heaven. How you going to believe because you're Israelite? You need the gospel to be saved. And we around here skinning and grinning playing games, man. It's not a game, man. Look here, man. I know people who done lost their life, man. I've been in that penitentiary, man. I've been poor. I've been homeless. I've been naked. I've been hungry. Life is not a game. This is not a game. I didn't pick up this word on some old man. I don't care about all them excuses. Hear the word and be saved. That's what we need, man. And we ain't getting that. Hear the word and be saved. Come on, Sylvia, man. Where I got you? Oh, my bad, young man.
You read 1 Kings 18?
That's where I'm at. 1 Kings 18 to 17, man. We need to be saved, man. Talking about that. I don't care nothing about no awakening. He nowhere in the book he told you awaken you to your nationality. Awake and stop sinning and believe God. That's what we need. And we ain't getting hell. Because you a fool. Man, look at me. Let me tell you something, man. I wasn't raised in no church. I wasn't raised with no word, man. And when this word came, man, it was the greatest thing I ever heard in my entire life. It was the greatest thing I ever heard in my entire life, man. It made my soul rejoice. Because it was something in my soul told me this man was real. And when he allowed me to come under him and see that he was real, man, I was gone, man. I was gone. I said, boy, ain't no turning back, boy. This man real and his word real. I prayed God. He gave me eyes to see, ears to hear, and a heart to understand. I know he real. I'm gone. I'm going wherever he want me to go. I'm going through whatever I got to go through. I'm going to suffer whatever I got to suffer. Just to be in his presence and be next to him. That's where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? That's why I tell you all the time, man, I don't need no excuse to read Isaiah 26. I don't need no excuse to read Job 19. I believe that. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? It's not just something like, yeah, just look at this verse, brother. No, I believe that. I know my Redeemer live and he gonna stand on the earth. I believe that. And I believe I will see him in my flesh and not another. Whether I hit the grave or I don't, I believe that. You know what I'm saying? I believe that all those who live justly will resurrect from the dead and be with Mashiach and dwell in his kingdom. And we will see a new heaven. Those who live justly will resurrect from the dead and be with Mashiach and dwell in his kingdom. And we will see a new heaven and new earth and dwell with his Father and see his face with his name written in our forehead. And death will have no more dominion or power over all those who are deemed to be worthy to enter in his kingdom. I believe that. I don't care about no Israelite stuff. That don't move me. I'm a son of God, bro. I don't want to be a son of Jacob. I want to be a son of Elohim. I want to be a part of a greater family. I want to be a part of a greater promise. I want to be where righteousness dwells. Now, if you're comfortable with being an Israelite, that's your business. But he said he gave us power. Give it to him. John 1 and 12, man. Listen to him, man.
But as many as received him, to them gave
But as
he
many
power.
as what?
Received him.
What he gave him?
To him gave he power to become the sons of
To become
Elohim.
who?
Sons of Elohim.
That became?
To them that believe on his name.
To believe on his what?
His name.
Come on.
Which are born not of blood.
Not of what?
Not of blood.
See, if you're an Israelite, you're born of blood, and you can't be no son of God because you're an Israelite. Come on.
Nor of the will of the flesh.
You can't be no son of God by the will of the flesh.
Nor of the will of man.
Nor by no will of man.
But of Elohim.
But of who?
Elohim.
You can't only become a son of God by God. What manner of love has the Father bestowed upon us that we should be called the sons of Elohim? Man, shoot. Praise you, man. That's what I care about, man. I didn't want y'all to be a partaker of it. You know what I'm saying? Because by his grace and mercy, I done took hold. I just want you to take hold. So you can see and taste that Yahuwah is good. It's a beautiful thing. Like I told you, man, I don't care how low you get. You know what I'm saying? I don't care how hard life get. But when the promises of Yahuwah are running through your heart, man, and strengthening your spirit, man, they give you strength to get through another day. Because you know there's a reward. There's a reward. It's a reward for to be saved. It's an inheritance for his sons. See, we get so caught up because we worry about these churches, man. I don't care nothing about these churches, man. Y'all know that. I don't think about what those church people talk about. I do not care. The gospel gonna reign supreme, and the word gonna be for who it's for, regardless of where you at. Because he say, blessed are those whom he calls to draw near unto him. No matter where nigga at, that ain't gonna stop the power of the word. And we around here talking about it's an awakening going on. If you still in sin, you ain't woke, you sleep. We walk around here and sin talking about we woke. How you woke and you dead, man? Ain't got no ruach. How you woke? You know how you get this get caught up with the stuff of the devil, man. This ain't what it do, man. This ain't what it do, man. We could like this. We made something up. This great awakening. Where that's at in the text? When you see Mashiach say, you know, when y'all leave out of Jerusalem, like I said in Luke 21, you're gonna have to go back and tell them the Israelites. So they can believe me. Because they ain't gonna believe me if they don't know the Israelites. They knew they was Israelites and still didn't believe. I believe God, man. I believe the word. Every word. Ain't a single solitary word in this book I don't believe. I believe all of it. Every word. Not some of the words, not some of the chapters. Every word. Ezekiel 37 ain't even talking about no awakening, bro. That's bad teaching. Ezekiel 37 is literally talking about the resurrection of the dead. Literally talking about the resurrection of the dead. That valley of the dry bones, that man say he'll cause your flesh and sinews to come together, man. That's how you going to resurrect from the dead, man, and he going to put his ruach in you. That's bad teaching from bad teachers telling us that we were going to wake up to be Israelites. That's bad teaching, bro. Deuteronomy 30 is dealing with circumcision of the heart. Yahushua done came and gave you the circumcision without hands that you might put off the body of sin to live in newness in life. It's bad teaching, bro. Jerry said that's why so many people like zombie movies and shows and they relate to the Walking Dead folks. And shoot, man, you can get my number, bro. I can take you through Ezekiel 37, bro. That's the resurrection of the dead, my G. No cap. And I'm telling you, I ain't telling you this because this just something we own, like, oh, we own some new doctrine, bro. We've been preaching this for almost 10 years. You know what I'm saying? We've been teaching that Ezekiel 37 is the resurrection of the dead. That's bad teaching, bro. It's bad teaching. That man said he see a bunch of bones. And it literally translates with sinews and skin that he putting tissues and tendons on them bones. And you literally see Yahushua say a ruach don't have flesh and bones as you see me have. You know what I'm talking about? And them bones don't have blood in them, do it. They got what in them? Ruach. Because flesh and blood can't enter into the kingdom of heaven. But see, we don't even know the text because we listen to untrained, unskilled men who damn our souls by giving us damnable doctrines and not the gospel of the living Elohim, which is the pure water of life. That's bad teaching, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't sell bad dope, my G. Pray be to Yahuwah. You know what I'm saying? I'm down with the plug, man. He hit me off of pure packs. You know what I'm saying? We don't sell bad dope. We don't cut it. It ain't got no acetone. Ain't got none of that in it, man. It's pure cocaine, man. You be like Austin George, man. I can't feel my face. You understand? We don't sell bad dope. That's bad dope, man. And I done ran up on some brews and they came at me about that. But see, I'm not a debater. I'm a preacher. I'm a core left, man. I'm a ranger of sentences. I don't debate. I'm too busy preaching the gospel to be debating. I don't care if you think I'm right. Because if I debate a nigga, I'm gonna be preaching to the audience. I don't care what you saying. I ain't even listening to you. I don't care. I care about people's souls, man, because I care about mine. You know what I'm saying? So straight up. We don't step on it, my G. We don't step on this word, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's pure 100% Colombian cocaine. Make your soul rejoice. You know what I'm saying? Make you happy on the inside when you taste it. You know what I'm talking about? Praise be to God, man. Man, it's getting late in the game. Let me get this verse 17. I don't need to have y'all out here. And it came to pass when and it ain't no disrespect, bro. I love you, man. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I am. That's just how I talk. That's just how I move. There's no disrespect. You know what I'm talking about? And it came to pass when Ahab saw Elijah, Ahab said unto him, he that trouble Yasharal, he answered, said, I've not troubled Yasharal, but you and your father's house, and that you have forsaken the commandments of Yahuwah and have followed Balaam. Remember what we seen right in Daniel 11, the people gonna forsake Yahuwah. They're gonna forsake the word. See, that's something that a lot of brothers don't talk about. See, you can't forsake your nationality. You're gonna forsake the covenant, which means you're forsaking Yahuwah. Because you're in covenant with Yahuwah. And a lot of people are going to forsake that and abandon that to worship the devil. A lot of brothers who in this word going to forsake that. Because remember, it said those who forsake the God's covenant. So guess what that means? He's talking about Civic and Doris and Lee and Nisha and Mom and Monte. Guess who he's talking about? And Boop in the back. Guess who he's talking about? If you in the Kadash covenant, guess what that means he's talking about? He talking about Israelites. Israelites are going to forsake Yahuwah to worship the devil and be taught by him. But see, we around here talking about nationality, and people's souls ain't ready for that. They souls ain't ready for that because that's gonna happen. It's written. You know what I'm saying? And you can make yourself think and feel what you want to feel. It's written. You don't believe me? Go read Daniel 11 and 30 for yourself. He said he's gonna make intelligence with the people, those who forsake the God's covenant. That's what it say. Those Israelites gonna do that. Why you think that goes back to what we read in Matthew 24? What it said, you'll be hated by nations for what? His name's sake. Why you think you're gonna be hated? Because you're gonna be proclaiming that Yahushua is the Son of God, and this man is an imposter and a liar. And the people gonna hate you. He's brought peace on the earth. You don't know the Bible like he knows the Bible. And that's what goofy niggas doing right now. Man, I done told y'all this before, man. I praise you who are mighty name, man. I mean this in all sincerity. Every time I mention it, I can see myself on the fourth floor of the Duval County Jail in that cell, man. That's right. That's what it say, Brother Matthew. I can see myself reading the book of Job in 2004 or 2005, actually, on the fourth floor of the Duval County Jail. Like, I don't understand what this book talking about at all. I'm not reading it. Because as a man, it didn't make sense to me to read something that I didn't understand. But now, by the grace of Elohim, I understand the word very well. And I don't even understand it for myself. He's given me the ability to understand it so that I can help others understand it so they can say they self. I do not take that lightly. See, some niggas be hating and be all in they like the pussies that they are. I'm not talking about y'all on this stream. The niggas that I know in real life over the years. You know what I'm saying? It's been a goofy niggas upset that Yahuwah didn't give them that understanding. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I feel like how Moses felt in Numbers 11. I would hope to God that all his people would be prophets and have his walk and manifest his word. But you know, a lot of goofy niggas feel like you want to do that all by yourself. The more people who got his word, the more people can hear it, the more people can be saved. Why would I want to keep that to myself? Why would I want to keep something to myself that don't even belong to me? That was here before I was born. It's going to be here after I'm dead. It don't even belong to me. So I would want as many people as possible to get it so that it can be manifested, that others can be saved and understand the goodness, mercy, grace, and joy that exists and dwelling in Yahuwah. Because there ain't nothing on earth like it. Brother Matthew say, since they think it's a great awakening, I see the great falling away taking place too. See, we don't want to talk about that. See, we live in a delusional, fantastical world that doesn't exist. That, oh, we got this great awakening, but the book say people gonna reject it. Remember what we read earlier. Blessed are those who are not offended in me. You know what I'm saying? See, Peter got a reprieve because he denied him and he was offended in him that night. But it was written. But guess what? It's gonna be brothers who gonna deny this man just like that happened. And they're gonna be offended in him. I pray to God that ain't you. You know what I'm saying? I pray my open prayer to Yahuwah that that's not you. That's right. He did say he was going to send a strong delusion, and it's out here right now. Y'all don't even realize this man said he'll send you a spirit of delusion that you should believe a lie because you take pleasure in unrighteousness. Ooh. Christians and some stuff Christians got, they ain't wrong. They just don't have no understanding. Everything a Christian say ain't wrong. They just may not have an understanding. Everything a Hebrew say ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Because like I said, is it about proving a Christian wrong or is it about proving Yahuwah right? Same thing for a Christian. You worry about proving a Hebrew wrong, you trying to prove Yahuwah right. Because if we don't got down to that, we acting like women. Because you worried about who's right versus what's right. You know, I've been told y'all that before, right? And I tell you, it ain't always about who's right, but what's all that before, right? And I tell you, it ain't always about who's right, but what's right. Because what's right can come to an amicable conclusion to the benefit of all parties involved. Do you care about people or do you care about being right? Because when you care about being right, you full of pride. You know what I'm saying? And you full of arrogance and you full of flesh. And that's going to keep you separated from Yahuwah. You ain't going to be able to come near unto him because you're operating in a spirit that he finds abominable. But see, we don't talk things like sustainable. We know the word says it is. But how many people teach that and actually live that and impart that to the people that that's the way that they should live and that is not impossible, that actually it is very possible and actually not even that difficult to pull off. And you know why it's not difficult to pull off? If you believe the word. If you believe the word, living in the perfection, which is the tamim, as y'all know, in the integrity, in the innocency and completeness of the word, is going to be easily done through your faith. Because the just live by their faith. So the righteous will be made perfect through their faith, and they will live according to that faith, and they're not going to be committing sin. They're going to be living an innocent and integrity-filled life, not because I'm just so compelled to keep the law. I love Yahuwah so much that I delight in the things that he delight in, that I wouldn't dare bring him any displeasure because I love him that much. It makes me happy to make him happy. It delights me to delight him. See, that's a woman who loves her husband. See, most women in the natural sense don't love their husband, so they don't take pleasure in pleasing. So most of us have not grown up to see a woman who took pleasure in pleasing our Father. So when you come to Yahuwah, the thought process of taking pleasure in pleasing your husband is a foreign concept to you, because you can't wrap your mind around that someone would actually take pleasure in pleasing another. So your focus would only be on your own pleasure. Why Paul wrote that people would be lovers of pleasure more than lovers of Elohim. That's why they won't be able to do what David told Solomon, to love you, to serve Yahuwah with a ready heart and a willing mind. And we know that willing mind is kafas, to delight. To delight. It said it was in, he said, I delight to do your will, O Elohim. Your law is in my heart. Ain't that what Psalms 40 say? It brought Yahusha light to fulfill his Father's will. Pleasure in it. Do we take pleasure in it? Are we telling others to take pleasure in it? See, these are the questions that we have to ask, because is this what's being done? Because we're wondering why we don't have power with God. We're wondering why people don't want to serve Yahuwah, don't want to read the word. And it's because of those of us who say we represent him. It's because those of us who say we teach the word. That's why. And it's because we allow goofy niggas who ain't got no business teaching the word to run their mouth, instead of telling them, sit your funky behind down and shut your dumb behind up, you jackass you, because you around here talking about, well, he waking people up, so just let him go ahead and do it. But absolutely not. You damaging people's souls. Is it more important to wake somebody up to being an Israelite, but he died in eternity? Because there's a lot of people teaching things they ought not, and their mouths need to be stopped. But we don't want to talk about that. But I'm gonna get to off, man. About 11:30. This stuff up with Elijah. We might be on this 2 weeks. You know, I underestimated, but it was other things that were coming to my mind in regards to stuff I was seeing. Mainly just talking with brothers about coming to Yahuwah because you heard the word, versus coming to Yahuwah because you heard you were Israelite. But hallelujah for Yahushua the word. I bless all of y'all out the house of Elohim in the name of Yahushua, man. And I love y'all, man. I appreciate y'all, man. You know what I'm talking about? We're going to come back tomorrow, man. Shoot, praise Yahuwah day. You know what I'm talking about? And rock on out. For those of you on Clubhouse, man, y'all can raise your hand if you want to keep going, man, and let your thoughts be known and share whatever you want to share. You know what I'm talking about? Because Brandon sent me how to set up the doggone, and I appreciate that too. If you still on here, man. If not, I'll call you and tell you that. And tell you that, because he took the time to sit down and take 40 minutes out of his day to record, show me how to get that thing set up and done right. And I ain't just had time to sit down and do that. I definitely appreciate that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Most we ain't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate that. But yeah, you were willing, man. We pick us up tomorrow, 3:00, man. Keep it rolling, man. We'll be right in 1 Kings 18, picking up as the Lord allow. Everybody on YouTube, again, I bless y'all, the house of Elohim, in the name of Yahushua. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. Yahuwah willing, man. We can rock and roll. Hey, Jay, I put my number, man, on that comment, man. So shoot, you can hit my phone. Like I say, Lord will, man. We gonna be around that way, man. Cause we got peoples out there, man. You know what I'm saying? That's in the word, man. You know what I'm saying? We link tight with the city of Detroit down in part, man. You know what I'm saying? We rock with that way, man. I'm not. So, yeah, but those of y'all on Clubhouse, man, you raise your hand, man, and we can rock out. You know what I'm saying? No doubt. And yeah, y'all willing to the next time. Clubhouse, y'all got something for me, man? Or I can call it a night.